This is Kavitha and Stan with the Sports Convo, and we want to bring to you what we think about the AFC North.
I think the torch is going to be passed from the old stalwarts, from the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens, who have dominated this division.
To who would you know?
I think the other team in Ohio is now going to be at the forefront, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Look, their fan base has been waiting for a while. We've seen all the quarterback numbers that have been lost in the fray. I think they finally found a good one in Baker Mayfield. Now, Freddie Kitchens is going to have his first full season as head coach, but it was a huge difference when he took over as head coach last season. There was a difference at Baker Mayfield and the way the Browns play. They play with a little bit more aggression. So I think you'll see that more. And
you have so many more weapons now. You have Jarvis Landry, you have Jay, you have Nick Chubb, you have Kareem Hunt. I mean, can we just keep going on and on?
Right. That offense is loaded. I mean, Baker Mayfield is pick your poison basically on defense. Who are you going to cover? And Kareem Hunt coming back after week 8 with fresh legs. I mean, you can't ask for a better acquisition mid-season. You have them, but here's the thing: a lot of the buzz is on the offensive side. People should also focus on the defensive side, where they have a lot of young talent, specifically Myles Garrett, the young secondary in Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams, who they got this year, but Olivier Vernon as a pass rusher, and they added Sheldon Richardson in the middle this year to help the run game on defense. So I think they're going to be a scary team. In fact, Steve Wilkes, the former defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, is now the defensive coordinator for the Browns.
Oh, wow.
Didn't do a great job as head coach in Arizona, but now he comes back as a defensive coordinator, and I think he's very aggressive. Having a young team that's aggressive, that's going to be a fun team to watch. And they got a lot of primetime games, so fans will enjoy seeing them this year.
I think it's going to be a really fun team to watch.
Cleveland will rock this year.
Cleveland will rock. So a team that we've historically been loving watching is the Steelers, but are they really going to be that fun?
As a Colts fan, I did not love watching them. They've been a strong team that's made the playoffs, been very competitive with New England. But
well, okay, it's like he said, she said, but they've been fun. They've been fun.
They have been fun to watch.
Keep it exciting.
Ben has been a great player to watch, but I think right now, we don't know who has the juice in Pittsburgh.
I know, right?
Mike Tomlin, the NFL version of Omar Epps, is going to have his hands full. Now that he's gotten rid of his supposed divas, do they have enough talent to win that division and make a playoff run? I feel like they don't. I don't know if Juju is going to step in as the number one receiver. He had help with Antonio Brown, but are you telling me that Dante Moncrief and the other guys are going to help? I don't think so.
I know. I mean, Antonio Brown has been so great for so many years, but Juju really has shown a lot to us. I don't know if he can take over what Antonio Brown was doing, but I think he's still going to be really exciting to watch as long as Ben can do what he's been doing for the last several years.
Well, I think two things: to keep Ben healthy, because that's a big thing in Pittsburgh. I think what they're planning on doing is spreading out the ball. They're gonna not just focus on one receiver, but they're gonna spread out the ball. So guys like Dante Moncrief, James Washington, Deontay Johnson, which they love, supposed to be the heir apparent to Antonio Brown. Maybe not this year, but next year and the following years. But they're gonna spread it around, keep Ben upright, and then have a young defense with draft pick Devin Bush, T.J. Watt's brother. So that'll be a good team, but I think they're going to fall short to Cleveland, who just has so much talent. And I always say that talent wins over everything else. So Pittsburgh, we think, ends up second, but they'll have a solid year.
I agree. And then we have the Ravens. The Ravens have lost Joe Flacco as their quarterback, but they've gained Lamar Jackson.
Right, and he's been getting a lot of love this offseason, both in fantasy circles and a guy that's going to change the system. In fact, John Harbaugh has promised that they'll run an offense never seen in the NFL. They're going to run offensive concepts that will keep opposing teams guessing. I just don't have confidence in Lamar Jackson. And here's why. Everyone in the NFL adjusts to the new crave. It's like intermittent fasting. That's like the new crave now. It'll die out. It's a fad. It's something that'll die out. It doesn't last in the big time real world, and that's the NFL. Maybe it worked in college. It's not going to work in the NFL. And I just think that they've had so many losses on offense that it just won't work. They have the offensive coordinator is Greg Roman. former offensive coordinator when Kaepernick back in San Francisco when he was quarterback. But again, teams adjust, and that's why Kaepernick is out of the league. Don't at me on that one, but.
And I don't think Lamar Jackson really showed us a lot last year. So
he got exposed in the playoffs.
Yeah, and unless if he does something absolutely phenomenal this year, I don't think that it's something that's going to translate to a great season this year.
Right. I think defenses are going to key on him and force him to pass, get him to turn over the ball, and it doesn't work in today's NFL. And then we have the Cincinnati Bengals. We can always.
The Bengals.
Well, I guess that's what they're officially known as. But the owner grabs a coach from the Sean McVay coaching tree. They're trying to catch some lightning from their Zach Taylor, the 36-year-old, promised to bring a good offense. And look, they have weapons. Joe Mixon, love him as a running back. Tyler Boyd, you have AJ Green once he comes back from the surgery. But they again have no real talent. Andy Dalton, it might be the end of the road for him. So I see the Bengals going nowhere.
Yeah, if AJ Green can't step up, then they need Tyler Boyd or John Ross, who actually has shown some promise last season, but he's going to really, really have to step up to make the Bengals something to watch this season.
Exactly. And just to give some predictions, how we feel the AFC North is going to play out. The Browns, we feel, are going to take the crown this year and be a tough out in the playoffs. We have the Browns going at 10-6.
And the Steelers are very close behind. If they're not 10-6, then they're going to be 9-7. But we'll have to see what happens with all those divas, as we said.
Exactly. Well, hopefully not new divas. Hopefully Moncrief and Deontay Johnson
and
stay in line.
Yes.
Right. And don't get criticized by Ben, and everyone stays in order. And Baltimore, I think we have them coming at 6-10.
And the Bengals we have at the very, very last at 4-12.
They're going to get good draft pick next year.
Yeah.
So there's that for Cincinnati.
So that's what we have for the AFC North.